Hello, everyone. I'm Felicia Jones, the lead researcher and founder of I Find You Clothes, and I have a brand new office. So if you've been on my email list, you may know what's going on. If you're just coming to this video, you have no clue what's happening, but I am here to kind of tell you what's happening in my life and then what is in store for the future of I Find You Clothes. So first, I want to thank you just for being here, for watching. And I did really just want to pop in with a quick update and some encouragement as we're about to close out September and go into October. And if you see me looking down, I have notes because I can't remember a whole bunch of things these days. And like I said, I've moved to a new boat. I'll give you more details about that, but I'm currently sitting in South Carolina in Hilton Head. And yeah, this is the new office. As you might be able to tell, it is really hot right now. So I'm trying not to get too juicy on my face as we're doing this. Now, I want to say, like, one of the biggest jokes on me was that I thought that I could successfully go and change my life, move from our RV into this boat and do it all on a timeline. So that was the biggest joke. I had no idea that, I don't know, this is just being a newbie and not knowing what's going to happen. So many things change so quickly, and so many new things are starting to happen. Making sure I know how to sail properly, how to take care of a boat. I've gone offshore in the ocean. I've gone up the ICW. So my brain is still processing a whole lot of that. But at the same time, I've had to find the space so that I can work and bring the subscribers of I Find You Clothes the speaking opportunities that, you signed up for. So that a lot has been going on. So one thing I have learned is you cannot change your life on a schedule. And there are a whole lot of big moves going on right now. And I'm pretty certain you, just like me, you see what's going on in the world. And as a speaker, the first thing I do want to talk about right now is what you need to be focusing on, and that is focus. Yes, you need to be focusing on focus. There are so many distractions right now. Social media is a distraction. The news are a distraction. Politics are a distraction. The world of pop culture, politics, social media are all converging. That is crazy. And also, there was supposed to be a rapture yesterday, but I guess it didn't work out. Who knows? So like I'm saying, there's so much going on right now. And one of the biggest things that you will have to do as a speaker, as someone who's running a business, is that you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to put those blinders on. Don't look to the left or the right. Focus on what's important to you. That's usually how you get fed, how you feed your family, hugging the people you love next to you, and then getting to work. Because every time you take away focus, you lose out on what you should be working on. Because right now, it's hard to get a speaking gig. It's easy and it's hard. It's not like there aren't a lot of speaking opportunities out there. There are plenty out there. It's just harder to get to them. There are a lot of blocks. There are a lot of gatekeepers. There's a lot of ghosting. So instead of worrying about everything else, you need to worry about what you can focus on at this exact moment. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. Focus. I want you to double down on your focus. I want you to double down on sending out pitches. I want you to, if you're not doing that, double down on how you're making money, double down on your business. If you need to refresh your brand, refresh your goals, double down on what's that. Or if you know that you need to take a moment, double down on getting right in your head. Do some meditation, whatever you need to do. Don't worry about them, worry about you. So that's the one thing I want you to commit to for the end of this month, going into October, is just focusing, because and I know the distractions, they're not done yet and they're going to keep coming. So we got to find something to really focus on that helps us in the now and in the present. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the shift in this speaking industry. Now, there's always going to be a lot of different shifts, and right now, I think everybody is trying to figure out what the shift is. And like I said, there are plenty of speaking opportunities. It's just there are a lot of gatekeepers in front of them now, or a lot of requirements that people are having. And I wanted to just give you a couple of things that I have when I talk to my friends who are the professional speakers. This is how they make their money. The majority of them have switched over from just getting one-time speaking gigs, not just the keynote, show up and do their thing. They have pivoted. It's not our pivoting. They have done massive pivots into consulting. Some have gone back into coaching, but the underlying for all of them is that they have stepped into workshops and training. So taking their talks and putting them into either short-term contracts where they go into a company and do training, or make it a long-term thing where they can go in and do training quarterly or monthly, something like that. So I want you to start thinking about that when it comes to your speaking. You can go and get that gig, but what this means to you is that just because you did your talk on stage, I don't care if it's a keynote or a breakout, this means you need to hone in your selling skills. You need to go and meet the people at these events. You need to do a lot more networking, because that's how you get those types of gigs. People don't really hire you if they don't really know you. And that one moment of time when you're on stage is like the biggest marketing pull you can do at that moment. But you have to go the extra step. You have to network and follow up. Network and follow up. If you suck at networking, get better. If you suck at following up, just know the more you don't follow up, the more money you lose. So those are the two things that you're going to have to switch into when you are at your current speaking gigs or when you're at networking events, because we're trying to get to something a little bit more predictable and something that is a little bit more sustainable for you, so that, while we're riding these waves of up and downs, companies are laying off people. A lot of events have gone smaller. They've gone more exclusive. So you're going to have to decide where you want to go. But even if you're going the exclusive route, you still got to network and follow up. So those are the two things I want you to think about, networking and following up. And the other thing, the future of I Find You Close. Like, all of this is going back to this whole life change that I have been going through. To be honest, this has been happening for the last 5 years. But now that, I get to sit here on the water, the future of I Find You Close is something that I think is going to be exciting for me and exciting for you if this is a good fit for you. The speaking opportunities, they will still be delivered. You don't have to worry about that. You're going to still get them every Monday. No problem whatsoever. But what I realize is that I've been missing out on the extra bit of content that helps you do a little bit more when it comes to creating a solid business, when it comes to having a solid foundation as a speaker, and also to live more of life. And that's kind of what I've been doing. And I want more of you to have more of this, not necessarily sailing, unless that's your thing. If you'd like sailing, please let me know. But just to have more of the life that we all said we wanted when we started our business. We all wanted more time with our family, more time to travel, more time to do the things that we want to do. And that is where I want to go with the future of I Find You Close, is to kind of bridge those gaps so that you can have a solid business. You can use speaking as a way to market this business so that you don't have to necessarily get on stage all the time, but you can also take time off when life changes, business changes, or you just want to go sit on the beach with your family. That's what I want to kind of close those gaps. Because for the last 6 years, I have been focused on just giving the gigs, because that's what people said they wanted. But I also know a lot of people needed something a little bit more. So I'm going to step into my business coaching bag and give you more of the business side of running a business, starting a business, also give you a lot more insights to what it's like being a speaker, the reality of being a speaker, and the sustainability of being a speaker. So we're going to close those gaps when I launch the Patreon community. So what's going to happen is that over the next few weeks, I'm going to go live or do videos on Instagram and YouTube, just kind of letting you know what's happening. I'm going to slowly start introducing bits and pieces of the community that I'm going to be building over on Patreon. For those of you who are, I'm sweating here. For those of you who are subscribers, nothing's going to change for you. You can just go along on the journey. I'll let you know when something does change, but for the most part, you're going to still get your weekly speaking opportunities, but you'll get a little bit more content. You get a lot more behind the scenes of what my new office looks like. There are stories there, and also just give you a lot more behind the scenes of what I experience as a speaker and as a business owner during this transition. You know, I'll talk about the time I did an event, and you know, I had a contract. They said they were going to pay me. At the end of the event, they said they didn't have any money. I'll tell you stories of what that's like. I'll give you stories of my TEDx experience, other experiences of good speaking opportunities that were questionable, and some shady people that I've met along the way. Just some tea, just to keep it a little bit more interesting. But just more of the business side and the speaking side, because I want you to get the business. I want you to get more gigs. I want you to make the money, and I want you to have more time to live the life that we all said we wanted when we started our business. Because I'm pretty certain you didn't say you wanted to start this business to work 50 hours a day, and that's not even possible. So you understand what I mean there. So that's all I have for right now. So just stay tuned to what's happening. I want you to choose your action for the rest of this week or the rest of this month. We only have about 10 days or so, I think. I don't even know what time is these days. I want you to choose your focus and your action for the rest of this month, and then set one tiny goal for October and stay focused on it, because trust me, the distractions are about to keep coming, and I need you to be tuned in and just knocking those things away. All right. I'll have more details for you. Thank you for watching this. And you know what? I'm pretty excited about the future, and I'm excited about giving you more behind the scenes of what my new office looks like. So if you have any questions, pop them down in the comment box and I will answer them. See ya.